Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are getting ready to attack the Zikmok Reconquerors. And the question needs to be asked, are we ready to attack them now? I mean, I think the answer to that is no. I would like to have this fleet fully outfitted before we attack them. We also need to jump drive our transport fleet back to Haven Sky to group up with our new transport fleet. And actually, how many fleets do we, or rather, how many armies do we have overall here? That's something I'd like to check into. We have a decent amount, but I want to queue up more. As long as we're waiting, let's go ahead and get ourselves enough to where we will have 2 armies of 200. So what will we have, or what will we need for that, rather? This is going to be 15 extra and 7, so that's 22. So we're going to need like 88. Okay, that's rather a lot. I'm not going to, I think, queue them all up here. So we'll queue up like 22 here. Remember, this is 0 indexed, so we'll go to 21. And then we're going to go up to, I think, Trabano, and we're going to queue up an additional 22 here. This is in a habitat? I guess it is. Okay. I didn't expect that to actually be a habitat, but sure. I don't know why I didn't expect that. That's kind of weird, right? But we're going to queue up another 22 of them here. How many was that? That was almost enough. We need 1 more. Now we're going to need to do that twice more, and we'll do that in other locations that have gateways and planets, like Berzoon here. So we'll go ahead and go to Dedatok and recruit up another 22 clone armies, Bilnok. So this is going to take a few months, of course, about 22 months to be precise. And then we're going to do the same thing in, let's see, not Kimithar, not Astrikian. We could go to Porabim, but that's not very useful, in all honesty. So maybe we'll just do this in Gruner. I think that'll be fine. So we'll just go ahead and queue these up here. This will, of course, be 21 of them. It says 21, but it's actually 22. 0 indexed. 1 more. Okay, there we go. Sounds good. So we'll have those underway. We're definitely going to declare on the Zikmok soon. Very soon. Now there is this up over here that we don't have a fleet in position for. The Heavenite is down here in Succubus's Ball. And that's fine. I would like a fleet in position to handle this. We could build another fleet if we really wanted to. Question is, do we? Do we really need 3 fleets here? I think the answer to that is no. We're going to take the Bloodstone and move them up to Brachma. Okay, so they'll get there in the eventual time. That's fine. We've still got a few months until we have these ships built up. And of course, it's going to be over a year before this Titan is even finished. Remember, years in Stellaris are, I think, 400 days? No, that's not right. That's in KSP. Years in Stellaris are not quite 365 days because it is, every month in Stellaris is standardized to 30 days. So it's 30 times 12, which would be 360 days. So yeah, this is going to be a little over a year. That's fine. Of course, these transport fleets are going to all group together eventually, but for right now, we're going to group these guys together. That did not go well. We're going to group these guys together. There we go. And once they are all grouped, then we're going to split off about 25 of them. So, we're just going to split off 25. There we go. And this army is good to go. So I think we're going to send them out over here. So they will come out to Brachma. Excellent. And now these are going to be our second army. And we'll wait for those for a while anyway. Are we going to wait for the entire creation process of them? Maybe not. I mean, we're going to be very close to done with our alloys soon. Now, it's not a bad idea to bank alloys before this war. That is a non-terrible idea. So we could wait on it. Of course, waiting on the Titan is not a terrible idea either. The real question is, how much territory will the Zikmok lose between now and then? That is a good question. And one to which I do not know the answer. Okay. Well, I think we're going to declare this probably sooner rather than later. We're not in position just yet. And this Titan is going to be done constructing in 350 days. That feels like a really long time. Like, I feel like we want to declare this war before then, especially with things like this happening. You can see that our positioning on the Ruby Sufit is now not great, unless we want to pass through the Rontor sect, which we can do. That's not the end of the world. So yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the worst concept. We only need 854 more alloys? Wait, why did this not actually reinforce in that case? Okay, there we go. It did. We were just waiting on the tick. Got it. So these last couple of destroyers are going to finish up. Now, they're going to take a little bit of time to come out here via this L-gate system. That's fine. The Heavenite is largely big enough. Largely. These last couple of destroyers are on their way. And yeah, the Zikmok are definitely losing territory here. And this is something that I would like to deal with. So this construction ship can come over to Thoth. That'll be fine. And we're a little bit over halfway done with these, although this construction seems to be going slower than the others, which is a little odd to me. Definitely a little odd to me. Clone Army build knock, supposed to be 30 days. I don't know. That seems a little strange, but whatever. So these armies are going to be done fairly soon. Let's check in on our jobs before we declare this war. I want to make sure that that's squared away for a little while anyway. We need a job on this urban world. And what would we want it to be? Probably an industrial district to get more alloy income. So that'll be fine. And that's the only job that we needed. Okay. Now, the Bloodstone is still getting into position here. We're exceptionally close. I do think we want to declare this very, very soon. This Titan isn't going to be done for another 225 days. Is that fine? That's probably fine.
Ever stronger.
84k there. We don't know here. Okay. But we're 125k. What are we running for edicts? We are running
Secured.
exotic gases as fuel and nothing else. Okay. So when we declare this, we should probably use our volatile motes and our rare crystals for volatile explosives, volatile ammunition, and volatile reactive armor, which would be 120. Which we actually just have enough to do. And then our rare crystals, we have 150. For that one, we would just want focusing crystals. Maybe crystalline sensors. We could run crystalline sensors right now. That's probably fine. How are we doing on nanites? Only +4? Okay. Sounds good. We are at 322k unity. That is some starbase cap coming in. That's okay. Monthly unity is good, but I think we're going to go for that fleet command limit. Increasing our fleet sizes is actually not the worst concept at this moment. So that'll be fine. Yes, we're full on resources. We're well aware of that. Thank you very much. We're going to move up over here and build a starbase. Okay. So I think we are pretty much as ready as we're going to get. I mean, we could wait on the Titan. We could wait on having our additional armies good to go. Those are currently over half done. But I think we don't need them immediately. I think we can declare this at any time. Do we do it now? Of course we do. Let's go. Okay, so we are now officially at war. We are going to take the diamonds defeat here. That's going to head in here. Well, actually, we're going to need to tick a day. That's actually very powerful. Well, we do need to up those edicts. So let's go ahead and put in our volatile ammunition, explosives, and reactive armor. 166. Nice. And then we also wanted the focusing crystals. 173. We could do exotic gases for shield boost instead of the fuel. We'll swap those. 178. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So in we go. We're going to have to tick it a day. Pause. There we go. So in we go. We'll see how we perform here. I do expect that we will beat this, but the question is, how many losses will we take? So, the Bloodstone is going to need orders to go in. The Topaz is going to need orders to go in. The Ruby, orders to go in. Now, that's controlled by the Rontor sect right now. So, we're going to head up over this direction. The Bronzite, head on in. Our Juggernaut can head on in as well. The Nephrite, in we go. The Silver, well, you guessed it, we're going in. The Gold, I'm surprised the Gold is also here, but okay, we're going in. And the Heavenite, in we go. Now, this should be just fine. I don't think we're going to have major issues here. We're going to have some issues, don't get me wrong. There will be some, but I don't think there will be major issues. This might be one of them, or actually, this might be one of them. I also want to check the strength here. Tyrim, 88k. That's not too bad. Our fleet here is at 175, so we should be fine. We will take losses. We have banked up 10k alloys. It's not going to be enough to replace all of our initial losses here, but it'll get us started anyway. Now, these guys, where are they headed? We don't really know. Maybe we should head there and deal with these guys first. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Okay. It is convenient that they recolored, making it a lot easier to see what areas are Zikmak aligned. That's definitely nice. So in we go. Now, we're probably going to rack up a good amount of war exhaustion fairly early on again. This might be a bit of a repeat, probably to a less extreme degree as it was with the Valdari Peacekeepers, but we'll see. So we're hitting this outpost. These guys are running away. And they do run. The station's out of here. We're going to pursue them over to Tawagawa. And they can beat this, but that's okay. So we have a number of ships in motion right now, but they are not, in fact, idle. Now, this guy, he needs to head over to Fulaz. And so he will. We're actually going to jump drive directly over there and head in like so. Excellent. Over to Fulaz we go. So the Bronzite took some damage over here as expected, and we are going to just have them push over this way. The Zikmak fleet should die to these two, I think. Maybe not, actually. These guys evac'd? Yeah, they're not going to die to that, probably. The Nephrite requires orders, and their orders are, of course, to swallow up all of this territory over here. There's no reason to have a starport here. We'll downgrade that as soon as we can. Apparently, we built an interstellar assembly. That's cool. Fantastic. There was a promising officer. Sounds good. So the Bloodstone is going to continue to push over this direction. The Ruby is, of course, going to... Let's see here. That's controlled by the Rontor sect right now. What is the strength of the starbase in Epsilon Cygni? That's acceptable. We're going to go on in. The Silver Saphite is going to press down over this way. The Gold is going to actually jump drive here over to Unith. We're going to take that. And then from there, we can head down over to Lake Merzum. That'll be fine. The Heavenite is going to press down this direction.
Fleet engaged. Give them a broadside.
Cool. The Topaz requires orders, and its orders are to push down this direction. And in fact, head to Dahlberg. What is the strength there? 51. That should be okay. The Diamond is from here, wanting to head over to Baxum. Excellent. So we're moving on in. For now, we're just banking the alloys. I'm not looking to reinforce at this moment. We have gone over our starbase cap, and we're going to immediately downgrade this starboard. Perfect. Our construction ships are working away. We're going to head into Darasta. The Gold requires orders, and its orders from Unis are to move to Merzum. Our Juggernaut requires orders, and that will be to head over to Aludra. There we go. Excellent. Now we're going to head over to Medoc and take that. Excellent.
We grow ever stronger.
So from Epsilon Cygni, we're going to push over this direction. These guys are heading into Dahlberg, of course. We're going to head to Heka. This Starfleet here is going to head over to Marique. We're actually going to go to Heka first and then backtrack to Dahlberg. These guys are just going to push to Mulser for the moment. The Silver Saphite requires orders, and its orders will be to do what?
Fire when ready.
That's a good question. We don't need a starbase in Epsilon Eridani, so we can get rid of that immediately. We don't need this one either. That's repairing. So that's fine for the moment. Head down to Rigot? It's going to take a while to get there. But I guess that's something we can do. Now, I would like to get our armies moving here, specifically this army. And we're going to head into Kuzam, and we're going to go ahead and land on Brangaki here. I want to check... There's no resistance whatsoever there. So in we go. This construction ship requires orders, and I do see this fleet here being a jerk, but that's not shocking. The Heavenite is going to push down into Rana. And the Nephrite requires orders now. That's to go to Jelen. We're going to get rid of this starbase.
A station is under attack.
Yeah, that's to be expected. It'll be dealt with eventually. Are we attacking this army? Yes, actually we are. Kind of. Definitely kind of. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. That took a little longer than expected. The Bloodstone can make its way over here and chase down the 5th Starfleet, I think. That's going to be our goal. Cool. We'll need to eliminate that, naturally. Okay, so this is going great. Now, here in Darasta, we should definitely start terraforming this world to an ocean world. We already have an orbital habitat here that we could colonize. We'll go ahead and build a colony ship. And there's also another tomb world here that we can terraform to an ocean world. So that is great. We'll go ahead and do exactly that. Sounds good. We have taken over Kuzam, of course, and we will downgrade this starport. This is not necessary. We're going to head over here next and land on Snarabu. That only has 146 garrison. No problem. Okay, the Nephrite requires orders, and this is the Bloodstone. What are they doing? Oh yeah, they're chasing down the 5th Starfleet. That's right. The Nephrite are going to head down to Targon. And the Bronzite, they've finished up over here for the moment. We need to invade Intirim. But for now, that's good. So I think we're going to jump drive down to Othvomia here, and then head into Tiamat. The Ruby require orders. They are currently over here. They're going to head over to Nikalor. 70.2k there. Excellent. We're definitely carving in here. No doubt about it. So we're going to hit Magam fairly soon as well. In fact, let's go ahead and do that now. The Heavenite requires orders. It took a fair amount of losses here. We're going to continue to push it up over this direction. We're going to take Tirnar first. But we wouldn't mind supplying that. Rebuilding that fleet to some degree. We've taken losses, but for now, I'm not too concerned about them. We do need to get rid of 2 more star bases, and the one in Durasta and the one in Jelen are good options for that. Excellent. The Topaz requires orders, and it is going to head over this direction, and then hit Menok. How powerful is that? 51k? Do it. Beautiful. The Bloodstone requires orders, and it's currently done over here. We're going to just head over this direction. That's not the direction I want to go. I want to head into Jolfti first. Now, this is going to liberate this back to the Azirian Authority. That's okay. That's completely fine for the moment. The Sigmok are definitely on the run. That's for sure. The gold needs orders, and they are probably just going to jump drive to, like, Nikor for right now. Actually, they're on cooldown, so they're just going to start heading down over this way. That's fine. The Heavenite need to push over to Olkad, and that should be safe for them. Should be. Excellent. How are we doing on our armies?
We have taken their planet.
Okay, so we've finished up in Walfirid. There we go. Perfect. Now, this army is going to stay over here to attack Atlaba and Rixim for the moment. These are building up. Although we should be pretty done with recruitment soon. Yeah, very, very soon. So that's okay. We'll come back to that in a bit. Sounds good to me. Checking in on our fleets, the Diamond requires orders, and its orders will be to head to Yidria. Now, we definitely do need to get rid of some star bases. That's something we can work on. Oskarn is a good option, actually, as well as Unith. So we'll get rid of both of those. Perfect. Bribed officials on Font of Knowledge. That's no good. And we're going to head in over here. How much will it cost to fully reinforce? Oh, we've got enough. We'll just go ahead and hit that reinforce all button. The Ruby is going to push into Kochab. And that'll be just fine. Absolutely fine indeed. So these guys are at 21 right now. They're going to be at 22 very soon. And this is great. We are definitely managing this invasion with no real problems. We're going to eliminate this starbase here, naturally.
Ahoy there! Enemy ships have been spotted!
Oh, I'm sure. Enemy ships are going to continue to be spotted for a while. We're going to head up to Tremus. Marvelous. The Nephrite Safit has taken Targon, and I think from here... Let's see, we have a fleet going into Rigot and one into Tem. Okay. This is under control. We could send them through Light's End. And we'd be better off jump driving to Urkanon's Maw. And then from there, heading up into, like, Raltree. Yeah, that'll do. So the Diamond is going to head over this direction. Now, this is their powerful base here. We're going to reinforce before we get there, and we're going to head to Baxum for right now. The Bloodstone is going to push up into Atlaba. The Ruby... It seems like we already gave orders for Menok. Yes, we did. The Ruby is going to head down to Kanor for right now. And we have taken over all of this. There is a rill here. We do have our jump drive available, so we're going to go take that. Excellent. So this army is going to head into Atlaba as soon as we take that, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue annexing the Zikmok Reconquerors. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.